Hi guys, welcome to Radha Mentor. Today I will explain you a new topic of biology, cell, the structure and its function, which is of class 6th. So let us start. Every organism began its life as a single cell. Even the largest banana tree or an elephant or we human beings live from a single cell. This single cell undergoes repeated division to become a complete living organism. Thus, we can say that a cell is the basic unit of life. For this reason, cells are also known as building blocks in life. So, the exact definition of cells are a cell can be defined as the basic structure and function of all living things. So let us talk about who discovered the cell. So Anthony van Leeuwenhoek who developed a simple microscope using only one single Bagno lens. He was the first to see the blood cell in the capillaries of the foot web of frog and recognized them as living unit of all living beings. However, he did not call them cell that time. So, a person named Robert Hooke in 1665 he developed a microscope to observe different objects using two lenses. He examined a very thin slice of dead cork and observed a cluster of box-like cuboid piled up together. This reminded him of cells of monk living in a monastery. So he was the first to call them as cells. The branch of biology which deals with the study of cell is called cytology. Robert Hooke had only seen the dead walls is a cell called a living cell. A cell is called a living cell when it contains a jelly-like substance called protoplasm. Protoplasm is the living substance of cell, which is made up of cytoplasm and nucleus. The type of microscope that we use in our school laboratory these days is a compound microscope. You can see the picture of a boy using it. Now let us talk about cell number, shapes and size. On the basis of number of cells, the organism have different categories as unicellular or multicellular. So first talk about unicellular single cell organisms. The body of microscopic plant and animal are formed of just one single cell. Such organisms are called unicellular or single cell. Example: bacteria, yeast, amoeba, parasium, etc. are the unicellular cells. So let us talk about multicellular organisms or many celled organisms. The body of many plants and animals which we see around us are made up of millions and billions of cells. They are called multicellular, which have many cells. Rose, people, neem, hydra, earthworm, fish, frog, lion, deer, human, etc. are all multicellular organisms. Now let us talk about cell shape. There is a great variety in the shape of cells: oval, spherical, rectangular, irregular, inocular, etc. The cell shape is determined by the function of the cell. Spherical shaped, the red blood cell are spherical or disc shaped, structured. This specific shape enable them to hold more oxygen and easily flow through fine inner lumen of blood capillaries. Oval. Chalaemodonmus is a unicellular green algae. This single cell body is oval in shape. Cylindrical. Spiraea is a multicellular green algae that cells are unicellular in shape with spare ribbon-shaped chloroplast. You can see in this picture. The cardiac muscle of the heart too are cylindrical in shape for easily contact and relaxation of muscles. Now let us talk about next type of cell, which is amoeboid. The single cell body of freshwater amoeba has no defined shape, hence it is said to be irregular in shape. The white blood cells in our body are also amoeboid. Now let us talk about the rectangular shaped or cubical. The leaf of the cell cut. The cells of the leaves are cubical or rectangular. In fact, plants also have a variety of cell shaped from cubical to polygonal as well as elongated and tubular. Some cells are uniquely shaped. Slipper shaped cell. The body of a single cell organism is in the shape of slipper, hence it is often called the slipper-shelled animalcule. Spindle shape. The smooth muscles in our body are thin, long, and tapering at the end, resuming a spindle. Now let us talk about cell size. There is a huge variety in size of the cell. The great majority of cells are very small and they can be seen only with the help of a microscope. However, there is a great range in their size. The largest cell are the ostrich egg. The longest cell are the nerve cell, which is up to 3 meter, and the smallest cell are found among bacteria, which is 0.2 till 0.5 micrometer. A micrometer is equal to 1,000 of a millimeter. Friends, you can imagine how small they can be. Now let us talk about the cell theory. Three scientists, Skeldon, Schwann, and Virchow, formulated the cell theory as every living organism is made up of one or many cells. The cell is the structural unit of all living organisms. The cell is functional unit of all living organisms. The cell arises from pre-existing cell. Now let us talk about cell, the structural unit of life. Every part of body of all living organisms, especially plants and animals, is made up of cells. Cells may vary in shape and size, but basically they are just the same in their fundamental structure. If you examine even a tiny part of a plant or animal's body under a microscope, irrespectively or whether it is the root, stem or leaf of a plant or the skin, muscle or bone of an animal, you will find that they are made up of cells. Now let us talk about the structure of a cell. An animal cell or a plant cell, as seen under a compound microscope, show three essential parts. The outermost cell or cell membrane, also called plasma membrane, the cytoplasm, and its nucleus. The major feature of each of these three parts are as follows. Number 1. Cell membrane or plasma membrane. Each cell is surrounded by a cell membrane called plasma membrane. It is very thin, delicate and flexible. It is a living structure present in both plants and animals. It has fine pores in it through which only certain substance can pass in and out while other cannot. Therefore, the cell membrane is called selectively permeable. This allows the entry of certain molecules only by holding back the other. Cell wall. Only the plant cell have a cell wall. It lies outside the cell membrane. It is made up of cellulose. It gives shape and rigid to the plant cell. It is non-living structure. It protects the cell from entry of disease-causing agents as well as the underlying plasma membrane and protoplasm against mechanical injury. It is freely permeable, allowing substance in solution to enter and leave the cell without any hindrance. Note: animal cells do not have cell walls. They have only cell membrane, but here plants have cell walls also and cell membranes also. So let us see what are cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a semi-liquid, colorless and translucent membrane. Nucleus. Nucleus is a small spherical mass mostly located towards the center of the cytoplasm. It is most important part of the cell. It regulates the coordination various life process of the cell. It plays an important part during cell division. Nucleus has the following part: a delicate porous nuclear membrane which encloses a relative distance nucleoplasm. Inside the nucleoplasm is a small darker body called nucleus. The nucleoplasm also contains chlorosomes. Chlorosomes contain units called genes. These genes are responsible for transmitting characteristics from parents to offspring. The number of chromosomes is defined in each species, such as every cell of human body has 46 chromosomes, which occur in 23 pairs, and a cell of pea plant have 14 chromosomes, which occur in 7 pairs. The cell organizes the development of better microscope with high magnificence, especially the electron microscope, relevant the cytoplasm further contain many tiny structures which could not be seen by ordinary compound microscope. These mirror structures are called cell organelles. Just as there are organs in an organism for different functions, so are the organelles inside a cell. The main cell organelles found in the cytoplasm and endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, mitochondria, Golgi bodies, lithosomes, centrosomes, and plastids. Plastids, which is only present in the plant cell, they are mainly three types of depending on the pigment they contain and color they impart to different plants. Chloroplasts are the green plastids that trap the solar energy for photosynthesis. Chromoplasts contain yellow and red pigment. They impart varied colors to flower and fruits. In petals of flower, they attract insects for pollination. Leucoplasts are colorless plastids which occur in seed. They store starch, fat, and protein. Vacuoles. Vacuoles are the non-living inclusions in the cytoplasm, bounded by a membrane. These are filled with water and various substances in solution form called cell sap. In plant cell, the vacuoles are fewer but quite large in number. In animal, the vacuoles are large in number and smaller in size. Cell division, a need to produce new cell. New cell need to produce for replacement, repair, reproduction, and growth. Thus, cell division is necessary for extensive of all living organisms including plants.